So let's take a look at the team that faces Newcastle, and a win against Newcastle. Let's take a look at the goal difference, but a win against Newcastle could potentially put us ahead of them. It will. It will. A win against Newcastle will put us ahead of them. So a very important game here, away at St. James's Park. Let's see the team that'll go up against the Geordies. Alright, that is the lineup with Gallagher up front, Akpom to the left, Isgrove to the right, Garate, Knott, and Ingram makes his return from injury in the midfield, with Halliday, Routers, Fiola, and Darby with the back four, and Perez making a Premier League start, which I believe he probably hasn't done yet. So yeah, that's the team that's looking to take down the Newcastle team. I think we can do it. Go on, Chuba. Go on, Chuba. That's a beautiful run. Oh, Akpom. If he finished that, that would have been such a well-worked goal. What a run from Akpom. If he could have just finished it. It was a very difficult angle, very tight angle, but very promising signs early on in this game. Go on, Sam. Oh, Fabricio. No, no way, Colaccini. No fucking... What is with slow centre-backs catching up to Gallagher? I was pressing L2/left trigger as well. Oh, ref. He went for the ankles. He didn't even go for the ball. Give him a red. Fine, give him a yellow. Yes, who's that? Billy Knott with a run. Tuck it. Nah, that was way too tight. That was never going to work on his right foot. Oh, Perez puts in Gouffran, and Perez with a good save. Not their Perez. Our Perez. You got the world in front of you. Look at this. The pitch is your fucking Sissoko. Perez, you got to come out for that. Oh my god, he still made the save. I thought that was going in, and I was complaining before it even went in that he didn't come out. What a fucking save. Whoops. Sorry, camera. Go on, Perez. What a save. Oh my god, Fenelon. Fenelon. Lloyd Fenelon. Oh, if he could have scored, what a fairy tale story that would have been. There it is, 0-0. I don't know how that game ended 0-0 for both sides. There were chances where it could have been won, chances it could have been lost. Perez making saves, Krul making saves. That was one of the most entertaining 0-0s I've ever played. And although the stats might not say that, with 3 shots around target to 4 shots, well, there weren't that many shots, but the shots that did come off were really close. I mean, game-winning saves, game-winning, like, game-losing, you should say, misses. But what a game that was against Newcastle. Really, really, just, like, those heart-clenching moments where you think, like, you're going to lose or you're going to win. Fenelon had a really good chance. Perez making that incredible save. What a game. 0-0 against Newcastle United. Okay, so Jack Anik accepts, and that was just a really swift, easy deal to pull off. I'm hoping he's over 65 rated. I don't know what his initial rating is, but I'm hoping he's higher than 65. He's indeed 65. Okay, so that's not bad. We've traded a 66 rated 30 whatever year old for a 65 rated 23-year-old. English as well, so I guess the fans will love him. Left-footed, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Taking a look at his goalkeeping stats, a very, very overall good stats. 69 reflexes, 67 diving. I think those are two of the most important as far as goalkeeping stats. I think positioning is very underrated, so 61 positioning, I would have... If he could switch positioning and handling, that would probably be good. But no, I think he's a very good goalkeeper. I'm very happy with the signing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, he's got jumping and reactions. Most keepers have pretty decent ones anyway. But let me know what you think of that signing of Jack Anik. And hopefully we'll see what he can do throughout the rest of the season. But of course, I do want your input. Now we're going to look at the free agents. Of course, another option I have is to use some of my budget and buy a... Someone said that even buying just a cheap scout isn't the worst idea. See, the most I have is 500,000 anyway, if I adjust my budget. So I'm thinking maybe bringing in Christensen. I'd still have 8,000 to maybe bring in one free agent or two of the cheaper free agents or something like that. But what a youth scout will do is it will bring me a consistent flow of players. And even if they're not good, if I could just sign them up and sell them, I could either make money, or if I sign them up and just keep them in the club, it's a consistent flow of players. That's the main point. So I think I'm going to grab Mikkel Christensen. I'm not expecting to find anybody as far as starting 11 players or even squad players, but it's a consistent flow of players. I'm always going to have this scout, and it's not just a one-time thing, and I'm still going to have about 8,000 on wages, so I could bring in one of the better free agents or two of the mediocre free agents. So I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to sign Mikkel Christensen. And hopefully that's the right decision. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is the game that we have next. It's Southampton at home in the league. That's the lineup we're running. Pretty much a standard lineup. Jang Hyung-soo comes back into the lineup, making his return. And Jack Anik makes his debut as well. I did get a message from Perez, and he was like, can you please play me, boss? And I actually felt really bad that I have to not play him, but I want to test out Jack Anik. That's the main thing here. Let's see how he does in his first game. Fingers crossed he's a good goalkeeper. Oh, there's Gallagher. Oh, there's Isgrove. Oh, there's the back of the net. Oh, Thomas Kraft, really, as their goalkeeper. That's surprising. I see you. I fucking see you, Lloyd. Come on. Oh, Bertrand. That is a terrible touch by Bertrand. Lloyd latches on, but he can't get the shot off in time. That should have been 1-0. And Tadic now finds Wanyama, who can shoot, but he finds Osvaldo, who also can shoot, and it's Ingram with a challenge. Really well done from Ingram there. That was a really tight situation. They were just passing it in our box. Jack Anik is happy he didn't have to pull out a save. Just putting his body on the line. That's what I like to see, Ingram. Oh, no. No! Southampton are knocking at the door, and I'm doing my best to just hide in a corner so they don't see me through the window, and I don't have to answer the door. On the edge of my seat here. This is scary stuff. Jack Anik claimed that. Strong hands. Isgrove now making a run. Do we have enough time? Isgrove latches onto it. He's got Chuba who's got the pace. If he can rip Wanyama here. Jesus Christ. Wanyama's scary, eh? Oh my god, Akpom. Oh, what a tackle from fucking Wanyama. Fuck off, Wanyama. 0-0. Another 0-0 that was very entertaining. I was on the edge of my seat at the end of that. I feel like Southampton probably deserved it. If I'm honest, I feel like it was an even game, but Southampton, mate, they had some good chances that they did not take. 6 shots, 2 on target for them, 3 shots, 2 on target for us. They had more possession. I feel like we got away with that one. And it's Jack Anik on his debut with a 5-save man-of-the-match performance. I feel like the team, we didn't play badly. I just think that Southampton played better than us. That's what it comes down to. But Jack Anik picks up a man-of-the-match votes. And it's 0-0 against Southampton. I think that's the last game in January, so let's take a look at what happens with these scouted transfers in the free agencies, and let's see their overalls and who I should sign. Alright, so Dylan Motley-Henry has sent me a couple messages about his wage. I hope he wasn't going to make a big deal about it, but obviously he is. And he's going to want an increase in wages, and this really pisses me off because I'm trying to sign some free agents. And now I'm going to have to increase his wages. So let's take a look at how much he's on. I hope he's not asking for too much. Alright, he wants a boost of 1.5 thousand. And I'm happy to give it to him because I like Dylan Motley-Henry and he's quite a decent player. That leaves me with 5,000 on the budget to bring... I'm going to say one player in. I think it's going to be one free agent. So, alright, so it turns out that there wasn't even enough time in the transfer window to get their overalls scouted. I don't know why it takes 18 days to scout a free agent. It should take like 3 because they're just a free agent. But there's a lot of left backs, as you can see. I don't think I'm interested in bringing in a left back. And there's a right back. But there's a bit of like a twist here with John Taylor. Now, his contract ends in 6 months and he's a 66 rated, really pacey, one of my favourite young English wingers. And I do want to bring him in pretty badly, but I want to see... Oh god, this is a really tough decision for me. This guy's worth 650. He's worth 625. This guy, right, Chumakero, or however you pronounce it, looks like a really good player. I always see him in the free agents with any career mode that I do, and he's always such a really well-balanced player. But then you got this guy, Ronald Iguino, who's a backup right back I could have, and he looks to be an incredible player. 500,000. It's just a really difficult... I don't know what to do. I think it's going to come down to these two. I obviously can't bring in both of them. I really wish I could have. Unless I offer John Taylor, like I'll offer them a player, but I really don't want to do that. I think I'm going to go John Taylor. I think I have to. I have to go John Taylor. I'm doing it. I'm going John Taylor. I have to, guys. I'm sorry if you are a Chumakero fan or if you think we should bring in another central midfielder. I can always come back to him because he's pretty much always going to be in the free agency. John Taylor's not always going to be 6 months left on his contract. That's my decision. It's John Taylor. I'll be really happy to have him next season. There it is. John Taylor accepts our pre-contract So he'll be joining us on the 1st of July, the first day of next season. I think it's a good decision. I know we have Fenelon, Isgrove, Motley Henry, but I think John Taylor and Lloyd Isgrove could be our main two men. Let me know what you think of the deal. If you disagree, let me know why. We can always come back to Chumacero next season and bring him in, especially with maybe Little and Kennedy leaving the club. Bringing him in, I think, would be a good decision. So we could always come back to him. That's really what tipped my decision, is we can always come back to Chumacero, but with John Taylor, that's our one chance to get him in on a free contract. So I think it's a good decision. He's a hell of a player. You'll see him next season. He's fantastic. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the decision. Hopefully a lot of you guys agree with my decision. Alright, that ends an incredible episode. I really don't know how long this is going to turn out with the transfers and stuff. I hope it's not too long. But geez, what a January transfer window. We brought in Anik and then John Taylor on a free for next season. So I think for this season we're set. I think we're going to get that mid-table. And then next season we'll see what we can do. We're going to have John Taylor in the team. I'm really keen. He's not the biggest of overall, but the type of player and the way he feels, he's an incredible player, guys. So even if he just comes and is actually a bench player behind Fenelon or behind Motley Henry, he's an incredible fucking player to have. And worst comes to worst, if we sell him, we can get a couple million for him. So I think it's a great signing. I think he's going to be a good player for us. Let me know what you think, of course, down below. As always, I read all your comments. I do try and respond to as many of them as I can. I try and respond to all of them. But that's what the team looks like right now. As far as the league table, we sit in 13th. So we did not move, or maybe we went one down. But we have a game in hand, so we could bump up back to 12th. So, you know, we're looking pretty decent at the moment. We're 8 points ahead of the drop zone. So we have lost a bit of ground as far as the drop zone. West Ham are out of the relegation zone, which is surprising to see. But yeah, that's how the episode ends. As far as the MVP runnings, of course, Ben Williams left the club, so he's not in contention to win the MVP anymore. So right at the top now is Isgrove, Akpom, and Gallagher all on 4 votes, and they have a real big gap ahead of everybody else who has 1 vote. No one has more than 1 vote other than these 3. That ends this episode. It was a colossal episode. I'm so just fatigued right now. I'm just gassed. I need air pretty much. But if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you smash a like on it. It really does mean the world to me. I'll see you guys in the next one very, very soon. Keep it real.